Good afternoon, everybody. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Today, we are going to be looking at, now where's the title of the video first, how to make a full-time income with a small YouTube channel in under 1 year. That's right, how to make a bunch of money with a YouTube channel really quick. Basically, how to get rich quick. I'm going to put it out there. But before we get on, make sure you subscribe, hit notifications, and of course, leave any comments, questions, and smash that like button as well. Make sure you guys stick around for tomorrow's video. I've got an awesome interview with ODI Productions, affiliate marketing expert. So stick around for that. Make sure you are subscribed. Now, if you are new, welcome to the channel. Let's get straight into this. I have a very high quality slideshow for you. I know you guys love my really high quality slideshows, so I've got another one for you today. Okay, now here it is: how to make a full-time income with a small YouTube channel in under 1 year. And I think first we've got to think, okay, what is a full-time income? What is a small YouTube channel? And what is 1 year? So a full-time income, I would say in the UK is like £25,000 a year. I think that's kind of like the average wage, I guess. I don't really know what the average wage is, but that's enough to live off, definitely. In most places in the UK, if you go up north, it's a little bit more. Small YouTube channel, I would say, is under 10,000 subscribers. And a year is just, well, it's a year, so we know what that is. Okay, let's go. So let's look at some examples. First of all, let's look at some real life examples of people like this. Now, of course, you have myself. I will do an earnings report for January in a couple of days' time, and it's a big one. It's been a very, very big month for me, and yeah, it's been crazy. But you have to wait for that video. But let's go ahead and speak about some of the people I do know. Okay. So Bradley Riley, hello mate. So he was in my mastermind group. He had a YouTube channel with about 16 or 17,000 subscribers. It was a vlogging channel and made him little to no money. Whereas now he started up an entrepreneurship channel, has 342 subscribers as we speak, and hopefully he's okay with me saying this. I know he roughly makes around £2,000 to £3,000 just from coaching off the back of his YouTube channel a month. Now that's crazy, and I think he started really monetizing about the 250 subscriber mark. So that's ridiculous. Imagine if he was to scale it up, times it by 10, get to 3,000 subscribers, times it by 100, get to 30,000. We're talking big sums of money that you can create from a very small following. So there you go. Look at the call to action, top right hand corner, one-on-one coaching. So he gives out mad value on his YouTube channel, and it's based on social media marketing and entrepreneurship. And then has things that you can buy. He can buy coaching. You can learn how he does it. So there we go. That's him. That's a small. I would say that is a very small YouTube channel. I'm sorry, Brad, if you're watching this, but it is just like mine. We have small YouTube channels. We're in a very kind of particular niche. We're not kind of super famous. We don't have hundreds of thousands of subs or loads of people following us on Instagram. We're talking about small channels here. Okay. So Ollie Chapman, another friend of mine. So he's got just coming up to 3,000 subscribers. And again, hopefully he is okay with me mentioning this. I haven't asked permission. I would rather ask for forgiveness. But I know from his YouTube channel, he's probably doing upwards of somewhere between £15,000 and £25,000 a month off the back of his YouTube channel. I don't know the exact figure, but it's a lot. Okay, it's a huge amount. And when you compare that to Brad doing 3,000 from about 300 subs, and you look at Ollie doing pretty much 10 times that, it makes sense, right? These figures, they add up. It is possible for you guys to do this. So that's Ollie. Again, he's into social media marketing and stuff like that. Has a YouTube channel, quite a small YouTube channel in the grand scheme of things. But he does pull quite a lot of views. He gets a lot of subscribers a day as well. So he's putting out content that people love to consume. He's teaching people a lot of stuff, and again is making income from it. And I will get on to how to generate this income in a few minutes. Don't you worry. We're just going through some examples. This is my other friend Anwar. Started around the same time as me. Did very, very well with affiliate marketing. He is going to make a return any second now because he hasn't uploaded in a while. But again, from a very small channel, and of course his subs has grown since then. He was generating full-time income from his YouTube channel. So it's mad. It's absolutely mad how with a very small amount, and I'm saying under 10,000, I reckon is a small amount of subscribers when you compare it to what is out there in the world. Of course, I have about 4,500 or something like that. And although it's awesome to have you guys watching, and for me that is a lot of people, if we were to put you all in a room, that's a huge amount of people, in the grand scheme of YouTube, it's a very, very small amount. And if a vlogging channel had 2,000 subs or 5,000 subs, then it wouldn't be earning them any money, pretty much nothing actually. So that's just 3 examples, maybe 4 including myself, having small YouTube followings, making a full-time income. None of these guys have a full-time like desk job or anything like that. They all are entrepreneurs, they work for themselves. So that's just a little bit of encouragement for you. Just say it does work. And all of these guys, every single one of them have done it within the past year, okay? None of them have been on YouTube more than 12 months. That is absolutely mental. It's really, really crazy. So let's have a look and let's analyze what all of these guys have in common. Okay, what's the common denominators that make them successful and allow them to generate income online? Now, and actually, while I do mention this, I do have 2 more examples at the end of this video for people that have pretty much brand new channels and are generating income. They're not at that stage of having a full-time income yet, but they're definitely getting started. So for those people that aren't quite there yet, just wait until the end and I'll show you those 2 channels as well, just again to give you some encouragement of showing you that actually it is possible. Okay, so what do they have in common? They make money through ad revenue. That is of course not true. It's just rubbish. You make hardly any money through ad revenue. So to give you an idea, again, January is probably the biggest month in every single income I've had. My ad revenue is just over $200 for the month, okay? And it's a very small amount. You've got to pull a lot of views to be able to get $200. It's not a lot. And actually, now I'm just putting that money into more YouTube adverts, so putting it basically back into the system. But no, we're not making money through YouTube ad revenue. We're really not, okay? This is what we have in common. The niche. Now, I'm going to go through a few things today, and they are really important, and they're going to be very transparent. The niche is very, very important. Now, using Brad as an example, that first person we saw, he had a channel with 16 or 17,000 subscribers on it in the vlogging niche, in the kind of lifestyle niche. Was making very, very, very little money from it. I think he said to me it was about £50 in a year, so almost nothing, okay? Whereas started his entrepreneurship channel and is starting to do very well from it, because the thing about the entrepreneurship niche is that people that are interested in it want to make money and are normally of the mindset of the abundance mindset, which is a case of the money will come, right? Not kind of holding on to money and thinking, well, if I spend this, then I'm not going to have any money in savings and I'm going to lose the roof over my head. It's a case of being able to spend time and money on generating more income and more success and more time. So the niche is very important. I believe the entrepreneurship niche is one of the most profitable niches to be in for someone that is on YouTube and a personal brand. And there are other ones, of course, which we're going to go on to look at in just a few moments. But the niche is super important. If you're wanting to generate a full-time income quickly, within a year, then really the entrepreneurship niche is kind of really where you want to be. Would I class things like cryptocurrencies in that? Probably, because it's making money, right? It's investing. It's investing. I don't know if I would class that in the entrepreneurship niche. Let's just go ahead and say yes. So the niche is super important. You want to find a niche, just like Amazon, right? You want to sell products that have high demand and low competition. Guess what? The entrepreneurship niche have very, very high demand, low competition. There aren't that many people doing it. And there is a huge amount of people wanting the information, hungry for content and for tutorials and for people to give them the information, but there's not enough people to learn from. There is so much space in this niche, a huge amount of space, that you can really make an impact and you can capture quite a lot of, the market just if you do it. So the niche is important. Entrepreneurship niche is very profitable. Okay, value. Everyone that's successful on YouTube, including these guys, gives out a huge amount of value, amount of information, amount of knowledge upfront for free. This is probably the one key to having a personal brand, particularly if you're monetizing it. If you're not monetizing it, a little bit different, but if you are monetizing it, then value is by far the most important thing, because no one's going to even find you, you're not going to retain any audience, you're not going to generate any income or any likes or any comments if you are not providing value to your audience. For example, this video here, I am giving you value by teaching you these things that you may not know about how to generate money using using YouTube. And hopefully people will look at that, you'll be watching this and you'll think, oh, this is a valuable video, I like it, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, whatever it may be, okay? And although this may not be an income producing video, it doesn't matter, because if I'm doing a video every single day, yeah, you know, I can't make all of them like the money videos, and that's cool and that's good and I don't want to, but the more value that you give out for free with no strings attached, then the more you will receive in the future in some sort of income. And we're going to go through of the different ways you can do that. But value up front is super important. Don't chase the dollar sign, don't chase the pound sign, chase the amount of value that you're giving. That is by far like the, you know, if you think about the pyramid, right? You've got at the top of the pyramid is your little money sign. At the bottom, your foundation is value. That is a thing that you need to have if you're going to generate income online within this niche, okay? Can't stress that enough. Value, value, value. Too much value. Well, there's never too much. Is there? I don't know. Just give lots of value, guys. Okay. Trustworthy, right? All of these guys and the people that I watch, I trust them. And that is super, super important. I need to be able to trust those people so that, first of all, when they say stuff, when they give me information, I trust that it's correct, and I trust that they're telling me for the right reasons, okay? So these people are trustworthy. I would, you know, if they recommend something for me to get, because it's going to benefit me, I will trust them because they've given out so much information for free, because their knowledge is good, because it's helped me in the past. So these guys are trustworthy. If you want to start up a small channel, again, that you want to be able to monetize, have that value, and make sure you are trustworthy, have your integrity, make sure you always have I guess like a compass, like your moral compass, make sure you're always doing the right thing. And like, I guess that goes into honesty as well. Trustworthy, honesty, those are the kind of two sorts of things that go hand in hand together, really. So make sure, guys, make sure you're just a trustworthy kind of person. And if you are, then that will come across on YouTube anyway. But if you aren't, you really need to work on it, okay? Relatable. This is, maybe, I don't know which way around these go, but relatable is so important because a lot of people relate to me because I'm in the United Kingdom, and my channel is mainly focused on Amazon FBA, and there's not really that many people in the UK. There are a few, but there's not that many people in the UK that talk about it and give out information. So a lot of the people, and you may be one of these people, reach out to me and say, I'm so glad I found someone from the UK that's relatable that I can learn from. That is super, super important. And it doesn't matter if you're young, you're old, you're male, you're female, you're whatever. It doesn't make a single difference about your background, about your social like situation, anything. It doesn't make a blind bit of difference, because you will be able to relate to the people that want that information or want to see that, okay? Some people say to me when I'm like, you know, I'm 45 years old, you know, who's going to watch me on YouTube? Well, people that want to relate to you. You know, it doesn't matter about what you've done in the past, what you're going to do in the future. It only matters about now and the information you're giving out. So being relatable is super, super important. And people always talk about it on YouTube. Like, you know, I was working my 9-to-5 job just a few months ago. I did this, and this. And now I'm generating income and I'm not working for anyone. It's relatable because everyone can put themselves in the position of, I'm working a 9-to-5 job, or I'm working my job like stacking shelves or whatever. I was working my job this time last year, and now I'm not. So you can go back to my first video on YouTube and you can see the actual progression. That is relatable because you can put yourself in those shoes, right? Same with all the other guys I mentioned, is they're all relatable. You can imagine talking to them as a friend on a one-to-one basis because they're just relatable. So that is super, super, super key. I don't like to go for, well, I can't really because I'm not that sort of person, that kind of celebrity status. You know, Tai Lopez does this very, very well, where he's seen as a celebrity, and that's just the content he puts out. He does it in a certain way, so that's what he looks like. But that's not very relatable. I can't relate to him in terms of, well, Tai Lopez does it, so I can do it. It's different. Whereas if it is someone like, for example, Tanner J. Fox, he's very much more relatable to me because he's just a normal dude. He just records videos in his house. Yes, he's got some like shiny cars and stuff like that, but he's just a normal bloke. And that's what I relate to. That's why I watch those videos, okay? Because I can relate to that person. So, so important, guys. Be relatable. Knowledgeable. Now, what this does not mean is you do not have to be an expert to start. A lot of people will come to me and say, I can't start a YouTube channel because I'm not an expert in that field. Doesn't matter. You don't have to be. At the beginning, all you have to do is be transparent and say, hey, like, this is my first video. I'm looking to start up this business. I'm not massively knowledgeable about it at the moment, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to learn more and I'm going to share it with you and share my journey as we go along. And what you'll find is that your knowledge level will go on a very, very sharp increase, okay? Now, there's a few reasons why this happens. First of all, because you're creating content, you need to learn stuff to be able to create content. You can't just do a video every single day or every other day or 3 days a week without first learning the information that you're going to teach to people. You have to know what you're talking about if you're going to teach someone that you're going to teach. Okay, so that's super important. So you're going to always be constantly learning new information, and what that will then do is bring people to you that will ask questions. So you might be looking at social media marketing on Amazon or affiliate marketing or whatever, or personal branding, and people will ask you questions that you might not know the answer to. What you then do is you don't just go back to them and say, I don't know. You go back to them and say, cool, I didn't know the answer. I've spent a bit of time just looking around for you. Here's the answer. But also, if you'd like to get a little bit more in depth, you can go to this person I know is very knowledgeable on it. So what you're doing is you're not just saying I don't know, you're saying, hey, I didn't know, I now do, here's the answer, and if you want more information, you can go to this resource. And that is going to build your trustworthiness, it's going to build your own knowledge, and it will build, what did I say? Yeah, it'll build trust, yeah. So it's just two things, trust and knowledge. Probably some more things as well. And honesty, just saying, hey, I didn't know. That helps. So knowledgeable is super important. Don't worry that you won't be super knowledgeable at the very, very beginning. Some people will be, but don't worry about that. As you learn and as you go, people will appreciate that. They'll follow your journey. They will understand that you're a trustworthy person, that you're learning as you go. You're not trying to pull the wool over someone's eyes. And people will honestly appreciate it. Just when it comes around to knowledge, be curious, right? The return on investment on curiosity is just ginormous, okay? It's absolutely massive. Always be curious. If someone asks you something you don't know the answer, find out the answer and then tell them the answer. It might take you half an hour, it might take you an hour, but put the time in, especially at the beginning when you're creating a channel, put the time in to help people through sharing knowledge, okay? Super important. And then after a year, you will be an expert at that, whatever topic it is. If you spend a year doing videos and answering questions and learning, you will be an expert. There's no possible way where you cannot learn enough to be an expert or enough to be able to answer most questions when they come around. Because a lot of the time, for example, myself, I get the same questions just over and over and over again. And occasionally there's a curveball. I'm like, well, that's an interesting question. I need to find out more information about it. But then it upskills you as you go. So knowledge, guys. Knowledge. They can convey ideas. So this goes into two things. It's about teaching and conveying ideas and their thought processes. It's very, very important if you're going to be teaching something on YouTube, which is a very good thing to do, and sharing knowledge. You need to be able to get your point across in a coherent way. Okay. And if I couldn't come up with that word, that would have been really ironic. Cat coming in the cat flap. You need to be able to get your ideas across. You need to be able to teach people. And do you know what? If you don't know how to do that, just go on YouTube and just research how to teach people new subjects, how to teach people whatever. And you'll find tutorials about how to teach, how to convey ideas, how to mentor people, how to coach people. So if you don't know how to do it, just go and learn how to do it, and then you'll be able to do it, okay? So it's super important. You want to be able to convey your ideas, your thoughts, your feelings, and that's going to give you the best chance so that you can be relatable, you can be knowledgeable, you can be seen as the expert eventually. And of course, yeah, these guys can teach. So for example, with all of these guys, if I need to know about something, I know I can get in touch with them and I can ask them, hey, how do I do X, right? And I know that they'll be able to tell me and I'll be able to understand it. They'll be able to put it in terms that I understand rather than terms that they understand. A great example is Anwar, okay? He's very much into the cryptocurrency space now, which is why he's been kind of taking a little break from YouTube, because he's been researching like 12 hours a day. Now, he knows a significant amount more than me, and when I ask him a very basic question, he doesn't just bombard me with loads of jargon. He breaks it down into basically terms that I can understand, in language I can understand, and doesn't assume any knowledge, which is very, very important. You can't assume any knowledge because you don't know. Until you know something, you don't really know what they know and what they don't know. So that's super important. You need to be able to know how to teach and how to get a point across. So let's just go over those things very, very quickly. The niche is very, very important. Make sure that it's a somewhat profitable niche. If you're going into vlogging, unfortunately, you're probably not going to make a huge amount of money from it. Value is the bottom of that period. The foundations of your house is your value. You've got to be trustworthy. You have to be relatable. You've got to be knowledgeable, and you've got to gain knowledge and share knowledge. You've got to be able to convey ideas and actually teach people. And that's the winning formula, right? That is, if there was a formula, that would be the winning formula. So how do you get started, right? So you're sitting there thinking, yeah, great, Jonny, all fantastic content. How do I actually go out and get started? How do I go and do this? How do I get an audience? How do I do whatever, right? And it's very, very simple, okay? Pick a niche. It's just basically what we've just gone through. Pick a niche. And do you know what? Don't worry if you change your mind later down the road. You can do that. I've seen people change their channels completely and it's been okay because they're doing what they want to do, and that will come across in your videos. If you're passionate about something, it will come across in your videos and people will follow you. And do you know what? If there's people that aren't interested, then they just won't watch your videos or they unsubscribe. It's not a problem. It's absolutely fine. YouTube isn't, you don't want to have everyone on YouTube because you want people to follow you. You want the right people following you because they want to learn from you. That's really what you want. So pick a niche, stick to it if you can. If later on you decide to move on to something else, then that's fine. Just make sure you do it for the right reasons. So value first, always make sure value first. I cannot stress that enough. If you go after chasing dollar signs, you're never going to be successful. It's value that is important. You speak to anyone in personal branding, that is what they tell you, okay? Value first. Stay consistent, okay? Stay consistent. If you're doing 3 videos a week, just try and do 3 videos a week, because if you take a break, it will be really, really hard to get back into it, and you would have lost momentum. You would have lost your subscriber growth, your daily views and stuff like that. So you always be able to stay consistent. Even if you're doing 1 video a week, make sure you do 1 video a week. Or if it's 1 video a month and you want to do some blockbuster video and it's really, really cool, just do 1 video a month, but just stay consistent with what you do. Have support options. Now, this is super, super important, and a little trick maybe that a lot of people don't talk about. So I call this a value sandwich, right? You want to have value. The value is the bread, right? The value up front. You then have your kind of like the sales pitch, which comes on to a second, and we have value after. So I do this in a couple of ways, right? So I have my email address. I always talk about emailing me, and I give free advice on my email. So if you email me today and you ask me a question, I'll give you the answer. I have my free Facebook groups. You can get to me on the Instagram direct messages. You can get me on Facebook, and pretty much any free way of getting in touch with me, you can get in touch with me. And of course, there are some questions that I will say, I'll get a question that's very complex and I'll say, do you know what? I'd love to answer this. However, I can't do it over email. Let's book in a call, okay? And that's how you can then start to monetize. When you've assessed a need, someone really needs your help, and you say, hey, I can help you, but I can't do it over text. I need to speak to you to be able to convey this idea. So have support options in place, and that's going to actually act as maybe the maybe the second part of your funnel, right? Your sales funnel. So if we want to generate income from this, we have to create a sales funnel. Your YouTube videos is going to be the top of your funnel. That's where you're getting people interested. You're getting kind of prospects, people that want to know what you're talking about. You then have the next stage of maybe they get in touch with you, or they send you an email or a DM, or they ask a question, whatever it may be. And then you can start to maybe assess if people they need your support in like coaching, or they need digital products, or they need to buy a product, or whatever it may be, right? You then have the ability, cat running down the stairs, to sell something, which is the next stage. But just before I go on to it, the level of support, I personally value this. It's one of my biggest things that I value, and I kind of promote about my personal brand, is the ability to get in contact with me. And I get messages. I got a message just the other day from someone that said, "Thank you so much for replying for my questions." It was a big message. It took a time to reply to it. And they said that they've reached out to various other YouTubers on this topic, and none of them replied to them. And just how thankful they were that I actually just replied. And I replied very quickly. I replied within, I think, just a few hours. So that's something that I hold very, very important, and that I will continue to do along with the value. And that is what can set you apart between you and someone else, is the value and the support that you give. So guys, if you take anything from this, please write these things down and focus on value and support. Please, please, please do that, because then eventually the income will come in, and you'll have your formula, right? You'll have your formula, and it works. Now, this 5th thing is super important, and a lot of people don't do it. Have something to sell, right? if you don't have anything to sell, you can do all this and then make zero money, nothing. Now, what can you have to sell? Super important. A lot of people say, I don't have anything to sell. I don't have digital products. I don't have physical products. Don't have this, don't have that. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You will eventually. This is the different types of incomes you can start. The first one, and this is probably the most common for when people start, is affiliate marketing income, selling other people's products. So this might be physical products like, for example, like, headphones and books and whatever. Or it could be services, like, for example, I am an affiliate for Jungle Scout, which is used for Amazon. Now, I started getting affiliate income from that pretty much immediately when I started my YouTube channel. And the other thing I was affiliating for was other courses. Again, that started very, very quickly. So you don't need to be the owner of something to be able to make money, okay? Affiliate marketing is a great way to do this. And if you want to learn more about affiliate marketing, stay around for tomorrow's video. I have an affiliate marketing expert, ODI Productions, on. And we're going to go through everything. The next thing is coaching. So I'm not even sure, is it in this order? Not really sure. Coaching. So if we go back to Brad and Ollie and Anwar, all of them have offered coaching and I think still do offer coaching. And that's a great way where if someone wants to know more information, they can get you on the phone. And when you actually speak to someone on the phone, it's so, so powerful for being able to convey those ideas on a one-to-one basis to learn more about that person. And and as long as your coaching is good, you are getting hopefully a subscriber for a long, long, long time. You're building up a huge amount of goodwill with them. And eventually, if you do have things like monthly groups or digital products or physical products, these are the people that actually might buy it. So coaching is super important. Again, just make sure that you are giving out value. Don't just get on the phone with someone and have a chat about their day. You want to provide value so they walk away from it going, wow, that was really worth the money. In terms of what do you charge, that is up to you. You can charge £5 an hour, you can charge £500 an hour. It's really down to how much value you can give within that time. Monthly groups, so this is like mastermind groups, it might be like Telegram groups or whatever. So it depends on your niche, but a monthly group is a really great way to generate recurring income. Different niches are going to be slightly different, like the cryptocurrency niche would be way better for monthly groups because everything's evolving very, very quickly. Something that is important today may be completely gone tomorrow. Something that happens tomorrow, you might not know about it unless you're in some sort of monthly group. So that's probably in that niche that's going to be quite a profitable one. But maybe in my niche with like Amazon, it's not as important because there's not that much news happening every single day. In the entrepreneurship niche, like personal branding, yes, monthly groups are a great idea. So next thing, digital products. We're talking about things like ebooks, like PDFs, video courses, any sort of digital product where you can create it once and it can be sold multiple times. They're very, very good things to be able to sell. And again, just focus on the value, focus on making sure it's relatable, all that sort of stuff. And people will be happy with it. Don't put anything out if you don't think it's going to be good, and people will find value from it because it'll kick you in the butt, basically. But that's important. Digital products, people make them. Lots of people start with ebooks because it's kind of like testing the water, like dipping your toes in the water, like, oh, will people buy it? People do. As long as you have everything in place before you have a good YouTube channel, giving out value, all that sort of stuff, you'll be able to make some sales with this. Physical products. So this is probably something that maybe a lot of vloggers do to generate income, and they kind of don't do coaching, they don't do monthly groups or digital products, they just do physical products. And you can do it, it just requires a bit of upfront cash. You can do things like drop shipping. Not as many people do it. Most people will sell other people's physical products through affiliate marketing, but it's definitely a source of income that you can leverage, especially once you start to get a bigger YouTube channel and a bigger following. That's super important. And of course, it depends on the niche. If that physical product is super, super useful for that niche, then people might buy your product rather than someone else's. And the last thing at the very end, ad revenue. Of course, it is income at the end of the day. It's not very much, but it all counts, right? Ad revenue. So there we go. Affiliate marketing, coaching, monthly groups, digital products, physical products, and ad revenue. Hopefully that makes sense, guys. If any questions, just leave them down below. So where do I start? You're sitting there and you think, yes, I'm going to get started. I'm pumped. I want to get going. Where do I start? Simple. You just start by starting. Record a video. Choose your niche. Go back to those things and just choose a niche. Start, record a video, get it on YouTube. Try and rank it for a long tail keyword. That's like, for example, how to make a full-time income from YouTube. That's a long tail keyword. Try and rank it for that and just keep putting out the content, keep putting out the value, okay? So here are a couple of examples that are very, very small YouTube channels that have been able to create income. And I know that they've created income because they're affiliate marketing my product. So I know that they're generating income, and I know the exact amount. So I'm not going to tell you the exact amount, but I'll give you a ballpark figure, okay? So here's one, Josh Gibbons, 40 subscribers. And you know, he may have made more, I don't really know. But for me, he's made about £200 from 40 subscribers, which is awesome, okay? It's a very new YouTube channel, and being able to generate income just by doing videos and offering support. And you know, if you look at his content, it's good content. He offers, again, like, you know, email support and all that sort of stuff. So he's been able to generate income from it. It's a great way of starting, right? Affiliate marketing, great way of starting. But guess what? He started. He actually started it. He's 16 years old and he started, okay? The next person is Sam Boyd, again, another one of my students. He's made about £1,000 from 7 subscribers. 7 subscribers. That is mental. That is absolutely crazy, okay? See, like, you don't need a huge following to start. People have this misconception and this limiting belief that you need 50,000 subscribers to be able to make money from YouTube. It's just not true. You don't need many subscribers. It doesn't matter about how many subscribers you have. It matters about how much value and content you're putting out there that people want to be able to click links and buy stuff from you. That's the thing. That's the difference, right? That is the difference. Enough value equals income. It's just the law, guys. It's the law. Go and do it. So this is my really my only and my biggest bit of advice. Just start. Just start doing it, and you will eventually see success. You're going to bring people towards you. You're going to put yourself out there, and you're going to start getting messages from people looking to learn, people that are a little bit further ahead of you in the journey, and it will really help you network and gain more knowledge, more people in your network, and it's really going to help you change your life completely. So that's it. That's it for today, guys. I think that's it. That is it for today. That is it for today. So remember, guys, value first. Everything else just comes after it. If you have enjoyed this video, smash that thumbs up button. I really want to see that thumbs up button being smashed. Any comments, then you just comment them. Or any questions, comment them. Maybe not just comments. I don't know, either or, I don't really mind. I like the comments. Make sure we're subscribed, guys. Turn on those notifications for when I go live. I'll be doing some PayPal giveaways when I go live this week. And again, make sure we stick around for all the lovely new videos coming soon. And I'll speak to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.